Everyone wants to be Cary Grant. I want to be Cary Grant.
The world was made for us to enjoy, as we are made to enjoy each other.
Feelings can't be wrong, man. Feelings are what we're made of.
Welcome to Starscape, the interactive celebrity site. Come, visit with your favorite stars of the 20th century.
Gone but never forgotten.
Live the glamour.
Become the legend.
Please choose a simulation from the following menu.
You have chosen a Starscape special presentation. The Mystery of Vanity Mode.
Here's your host, Artistic Director of Starscape, Dylan McDonough.
Welcome. In this simulation, we depart from our usual fare of recreating the biggest and brightest stars of the 20th century. For the past 2 years, Vanity Mode has been our very own superstar, the astonishing talent who has brought your favorite celebrities back to life by doubling them here on Starscape. If you've ever played croquet with Muhammad Ali, baked cookies with Gertrude Stein, or taken John Wayne's philosophy course, then you've experienced the artistry of Vanity Mode. But what is Vanity Mode like when she isn't doubling?
Vanity Mode? You're looking at her. Ta-da!
Who is this remarkable woman? We don't really know much about her life before she arrived at Starscape, other than that she was born in 2002. She did tell us that she clicked our site every day before she came to work for us. I remember one of the first things she ever said to me was that she could feel the ratings at Starscape. You know, the zazz. I thought that was a little strange. Back then, I was quite certain that zazz was nothing but click count divided by attention quotient. It was something you measured afterward, not what you felt in the moment, like laughter or applause. The day I met Vanity Mode, I had just come back from a business lunch with Roman Barone, the VNet guide and host of the popular link site Roman's Nose. I'd been trying to get him to put Starscape on his pick-click list. It hadn't gone well.
Sure, your Zazz isn't that bad for a boomer site, but your numbers are headed in the wrong direction. It's not like when you did Duck Brings the Lunch, Dylan. The site smelled like a winner from the start, and you had the Zazz going your way.
A blip, Roman. It's just a blip. You know the baby boomers love playing with their celebrities. It reminds them of when they were young.
Sure, but what kind of Zazz are you getting from the under 30s?
They'll come, if only to see what their grandparents are talking about. And once they click in, we've got them. Because people love having Elvis as their best friend. It's the names, Roman. Say them, and you can hear the magic. Marilyn, Bogey, Groucho, Ali, John Lennon, Michael Jordan, Fats Waller, JFK.
Look, Dylan, I'm almost 50 and I barely remember these people. And I'm telling you that my kids don't care squat about Michael Jordan. If they know him at all, it's as that fat old jack who owns Nike. Frankly, I was shocked when I heard you'd bought a dusty little site like Starscape. What were you thinking?
It was all I could afford after my divorce.
Well, I'm sorry about that, but you just have to face the demographics, man. Boomers aren't exactly a growth segment of the population. Besides, all the research says your tech makes them uncomfortable. You think millions of retirees are going to start using air flexes? Hell no. The boomers don't get virtuality, Dylan. Some of them still don't get computers. If they want dead stars, they go to dead media.
But, Roman...
What time is it anyway? Uh-oh, gotta run. Dylan, you're working too hard.
It's because I believe in what I'm doing, Roman.
Always a plus. Thanks for lunch.
Roman, wait. Say my Zazz jumps or something. Can I message you?
Sure. People message me all the time.
I remember I felt a crinkle of panic. You see, I'd bought Starscape with the dregs of my savings and had been trying to rebuild it on the cheap. I'd spread $373,000 over 5 different debt cards, which is why I needed Barone to give our site that damn link. Back then, Starscape was just me and 2 techies, Bug and Letty. We had 4 rooms of flop space in the partly abandoned Meadowbrook office park. The way Starscape had been bleeding money, I figured I was a week, maybe less, from filing for bankruptcy, from losing everything. Honeys, I'm home. Letty? Bug?
Dylan, we're in the dome. Bug wrote a new sim.
Hey, Bug.
Hey!
Oh, my God, what is that?
He hasn't named it yet, but I'm calling it Attack of the Monster Stars.
Is that?
Yep, Barbara Walters.
She must be 80 feet tall.
87, actually.
And you're playing her as your avatar? Why did you just rip the roof off of Radio City Music Hall?
I'm looking for someone.
You're Barbara Walters, lady. Get in character.
Oh, right. Okay,
Dylan, let me ask you this. Where would you be hiding if you were Cary Grant? Truthfully.
I don't know. Empire State Building, maybe?
Watch out for the roof. The Empire State Building. No, that was the first place I looked.
Bug, this doesn't really feel like Starscape to me. And why is Barbara Walters stomping taxis?
Bug's not talking today. He's having a mood.
I am not. We've got Stalin, Darth Vader, and Mick Jagger riding around town. Free 10 minutes in the sim if you squash one of them.
Bug, you have a long history of writing combat sims. Do you feel that that's been an influence on your work here at Starscape?
This is a party site, Bug, not Dirty Work 4. It's not supposed to be about racking up high score.
We never show any bodies, and it bumps the attention quotient 2.6. Hey, it's satire, Dylan.
Satire is what closes Saturday night, and Stalin is way too dusty. You want someone people will know.
I believe you're hiding in Lincoln Center. Bug, would that be right?
No! So obvious. You know, I could swap Lee Harvey Oswald for Stalin.
I was thinking more of an O.J. Simpson. So are you in this sim, Bug, or just peeping?
Well, I'm Cary Grant, but I'm hiding. Go seek is the point. Only she's not getting it. I'm bored. Letty, try the Upper West Side.
Cary Grant. This is way too obscure, Bug. I don't know anything about Cary Blinking Grant.
Stay in character, Letty.
Oops, right, sorry.
I don't know anything about Cary Blinking Grant.
He was in a bunch of Hitchcocks. If finding Bug's Cary Grant avatar is the point, what's the payoff?
Oh, I just plugged in the sex default. If she figures out my hiding place, the avatar's screwed. Oh, I'm kind of losing interest.
Don't worry, Dylan. I made Bug promise to run it totally softcore. Hey!
Yeah, violence and sex only very tasteful. Do me a favor and take a hint, Letty. Uptown, way uptown.
Bug, when did we decide to add Barbara Walters to the cast? I didn't think there was enough money in the budget for you to scan her biography and write her AI.
But there isn't. That's the beauty of this new sim. We let the users play the stars. That way we cut programming costs and can start adding more celebrities to the cast.
Users can't be the stars. That's the whole point of Starscape. Who's going to pay to watch Joe Modem pretend he's Cary Grant?
Well, Joe Modem will pay to pretend he's Cary Grant, and thousands of other Joes and Janes will pay. Look at this sim, Dylan. It's extreme. Letty, tell them how much fun we're having.
It was you, Bob, who advised Letty to stay in character. That was very good advice indeed, and she has taken it to heart. Where's your Cary Grant?
Okay. Very true, my dear. Dylan, my good man, we are having barrels of fun.
It doesn't matter if it's fun. Bug, we're trying to create the illusion for users that they're actually meeting their favorite celebrities. Your sim is like putting on a play and picking the actors out of the audience.
You're thinking in a box, Dylan. Open the lid and climb out.
This sim is not Starscape. Sure, you look and sound like Cary Grant, but you're still acting like Bug. You have to write a biographical AI for every star, or it's nothing but a silly costume party.
Oh, my. Who put the AI bug up your ass?
Excuse me, gentlemen, but would you mind taking this somewhere else? I'm in the middle of a session here, and I am losing major attention quotient.
Oh, but our AIs are no damn good, Dylan. And if I can't write them, nobody can. You really want to convince users they're talking to Sinatra? Hire some doubles.
We can't afford doubles.
And we can't afford to write dodgy software for every celebrity on the site. What we can afford is to let the users...
What the hell?
Excuse me, sister, but I'm going to have to ice this little party for a while.
What is it, Bogey?
Could be nothing but a hill of beans. See, I know I'm a despot. Maybe I'm just software, but you hired me to do a job. And I can't do it with one hand tied behind my back, now can I? Seems we got a visitor at the back door, Dane. Flesh and blood. Only I don't know why she's here, and that bothers me. Makes me wonder if we've got some kind of security problem here. So who's been holding out?
Oh, an unannounced visitor. We're gonna be closed down.
What?
Nothing.
Did someone order a pizza, maybe?
Cut out the Cary Grant, Bug. I want her ID.
Would you be wanting a flat ID or deep?
Flat.
Flat will cost you $3 now.
Authorized.
Okay, she's got a name. Elizabeth Lee Corazon. And she's got a driver's license, which gives us a date of birth. 4-11 or 2, which makes her 34. Her social security number is 49-38-3829. Eyes brown, height 5'7", weight 138 pounds.
Yeah. Who does she work for?
Appears she's out of work. Fact is, she's 17 months into unemployment. Medical disability.
What's the matter with her?
Med records are deep information, and deep will cost you, friend. Is that all for now?
I guess so.
I'll be seeing you.
But why did she come to the back door? Well, at least she isn't here to turn out the lights.
What do you mean, turn out the lights? Nobody is turning out anything, okay?
Hey, cool down, Dylan. Go find out what she wants. Maybe she's selling Girl Scout cookies.
Oh, I just love the ones with the cream in the middle. They remind me of when I was a little girl.
As soon as I saw our visitor through the wire mesh window of the loading dock door, I thought I understood everything important about her. She was a stocky woman with broad, flattened features. Her brown hair did not quite cover her ears, which were big as fists. She stared back at me unabashedly, her eyes narrow and slanted, eyelids puffy. Her face seemed oddly childlike. If I hadn't known she was 35, I might have guessed she was a teenager. She wore black jeans and a baggy ad shirt on which cartoon dolphins leapt out a pitcher of Budweiser. She gave me a slow smile and mouthed the words, "Open up." I had never known anyone with Down syndrome, but I believed I could handle it. Yes?
Huh. I expected a little more from this place.
You wanted something?
I'm a double. And if you're Starscape, you need me.
Oh, come in. Did Bug send for you?
Bug?
No, of course not. Look, I'm afraid there's been a misunderstanding. If you don't mind leaving,
This is Starscape, right? The site with all the oldie celebrities? Live the glamour.
I'm not sure I know what you're talking about, Ms.
Are you the one who writes those advertising tags? Gone, but never forgotten. Hey, we're just clicking for fun, mister. Not buying a new Rolex.
There's no Starscape here. This is a Grant Associates. We do marketing analysis for non-profits. I'm afraid you've got the wrong address, Miss...
Mode. My name is Vanity Mode.
Vanity Mode?
What's the matter? Am I going too fast for you? Maybe if I speak to your boss.
But I am... This is my company.
Then that would make you Dylan McDonough. Okay, Dylan. The idea of Starscape is delicious. So how come your site is cold oatmeal? Your celebrities talk like computers in rubber suits. Take your Judy Garland, not half bipolar enough. You wanted Jim Carrey so needy, he'd swallow a goldfish for a laugh. Your problem is that nobody's wounded.
You have some... where would you hide if you were Cary Grant?
Aha! The old question trick. This garbage can?
No, say in New York City.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter where. Cary Grant doesn't hide. He might duck into the next room or make a quick getaway, but he knows he can't hide because he's Cary Grant. The camera will always find him.
Really? And how would you know that?
Because I was born in the wrong century, Dylan. I should have been my great-grandmother. She was a special assistant to Vincent Minnelli when he worked at MGM. She once ate Louis B. Mayer's French toast by accident.
There are more than just movie stars at Starscape.
Oh, so now this is Starscape. I can see why you'd want to keep this dump a secret. Well, Dylan, I've got Jim Brown's rookie card and a home run ball that Ted Williams plunked into the center field bleachers at Fenway, and a blue campaign button that says I want Roosevelt again, and Norman Mailer's ego pickled in alcohol. A joke. That's a joke.
You sure?
I think the Hot Five was Louis Armstrong's best band, and that Rubber Soul was the Beatles' best album. So let's start over, shall we? I'm Vanity Mode. Ta-da! And you're Dylan McDonough, and this is our historic first meeting, so enjoy it.
Look, Ms. Mode, I'm sorry.
Here's the way I read the script. You take me on a tour of the place, then we draw up a contract, and then I make you famous.
Ms. Mode, I'm afraid you just don't understand.
What do you mean, I don't understand? Don't think that just because I look this way that I'm stupid. I understand, mister. Don't you think I'm stupid?
Are you okay? You don't sound too... Look, Ms. Mode, it's just that I'm very busy.
Right, so busy that Mister answers the back door his own self. Look, Dylan, the Zaz for Starscape is what, 23, 25? You should be doing 80.
How do you know that? Even though she had Down syndrome, Vanity wasn't slow. I realized she had a computer-aided thinking implant, one of the first, the one where they scoop out a chunk of your cerebellum and replace it with computer matter grown from the patient's embryonic stem cells. Where did you get those numbers? Not that you're right, Ms. Mode, but our Zaz is proprietary information.
Oh, I don't know your Zaz exactly. I feel it.
You feel it? And do you feel the times tables, too? The stock market? This has gone far enough, Ms. Mode.
Vanity.
Vanity. Because even if I wanted to hire you, I can't afford to pay a double.
You can't afford not to.
We have a budget, a very tight budget. There is no money in it for doubling.
But you're Dylan McDonough. You must have made the big package at Duck Brings the Lunch. And what about Stinger? Mister, don't do right. What happened to you?
Are you sure you're all right? Hey, look, what happened to me is none of your blinking business.
Sorry, mister.
No, I'm sorry to be such a disappointment to you, Vanity. I'll try to do better in the future.
Mister, I...
Just so you know, Duck Brings the Lunch was pretty much over by 31. And I only own 2% of Stinger. The fact is, if I could afford a double, I wouldn't be working out of this dump, as you so aptly put it. So anyway, it's been nice meeting you. I tried to shoo her out the door, but her eyes got very big and shiny. And for the first time, I felt as if I were in the presence of two different people. The thick, awkward, mentally impaired woman before me was Elizabeth Lee Corazon, who peeked out from time to time from behind the mask she had created for herself. Elizabeth Lee Corazon looked as if she were about to fall apart, except that Vanity Mode was holding her together, with steely ambition and wisecracks and a voice like liquid sex.
Okay, then. We'll go with the rewrite. More drama if our heroine starts from nothing. So, I don't need to be paid, Dylan. Not yet, anyway. You'll know when it's time. Why don't you shut the door? You're letting the flies in.
You have to leave, Ms. Mode. I can call the police if you want.
Good idea. Call the cops, the fire department, the Marines, and the Starship Enterprise. How long will it take to pry me out of here? Poor little retard that I am. A couple of hours? Give me half an hour. I'll double anyone you're running on, Starscape. A cold reading. If you're not interested, Mr. McDonough, I'll walk out of here and you can get back to whatever it is you're so busy not doing. It's drafty with the door open.
You know, this'll serve Bug right.
Bug again?
How long have you had the cat implant?
18 months, but what's that got to do with anything?
I'm just wondering if they've worked all the kinks out of it. Or did Elizabeth Lee Corazon always have the manners of a police siren?
You leave her out of this.
Lady, you're her, okay? We ID'd you at the door. Call yourself whatever you want, but keep the multiple personalities to yourself.
She's just along for the ride.
Grant's tomb? You're in Grant's blinking tomb?
Who's that?
Our engineer, Letty. Bug is the programmer. They're pretty much the team.
It's just the three of you?
We've had some turnover. Hey, you want to cast the thousands? Go bother Gates.com. Let's go see what the shouting is about. I don't know why I'm doing this.
To get rid of me, remember?
I can get rid of you right now. Okay, here. Half an hour. I'm setting the timer on my data cuff for half an hour. The chime is your exit cue.
You know what they say. Every exit is an entrance someplace else.
They say a lot of things.
I told you, Carrie, I get your little joke. Now, how do I lose it?
Ah, you have no sense of humor, Letty.
I haven't seen this sim on the site yet. What's it about?
I'm not exactly sure. Something Bug cooked up. When I left, Barbara Walters was 87 feet tall, and she was stomping Manhattan. But now that she's found Cary Grant, I guess she has to be life-sized. What ship is that they're on?
The Titanic.
Oh, right.
I've always been scared of women, but I got over it.
So wrong, Dylan. As soon as Bug opens his mouth, I know he's not Cary Grant. Which is exactly why you need a double to play your stars. Someone who knows what she's doing.
We have software for that.
I'm better than software.
Cigarette, darling?
See? There's a mistake right there. He shouldn't offer her the cigarette. People used to say that Grant played hard to get, but that wasn't it. He was hard to get.
Everyone wants to be Cary Grant. I want to be Cary Grant.
Well, how about that smoking porn, Dylan?
Hot.
And I finally nailed Mick Jagger on Broadway in '96. Oh, is this your Girl Scout?
Guys, this is...
Ta-da! Letties and gentlebugs, I give you the one, the only, Vanity Mode. Thank you. Thanks so much. You're too kind.
Vanity is...
No, don't be telling on me, Dylan.
What kind of name is Vanity?
Now then, Letty, what are we using to control avatars?
Series 40 Airflex. We've also got a couple of discretes. And you can always run them off the console. But what's this about, Dylan?
The console would be best. Bug, suppose I wanted to modify one of your characters on the fly, run her like an avatar.
Vanity's carrying a concealed weapon, is that it? We're all hostages, right, Dylan?
No, it's okay, Bug. I've got this under control. Tell her.
Well, the easiest way is to go in through the doubling interrupt.
So you can double on Starscape.
Well, we can, Letty, but we don't. Not yet, anyway. But the original programmers thought that the code would be more robust if they included doubling in the initial design rather than kludge it later.
Vanity doubles. She's going to give us a brief demonstration of what we're missing.
Hey, let me see your data cuff. Only 23 minutes left. Who do I have to screw to get some help around here?
Here? Nobody but yourself.
Stop it, Bug. Letty, would you take her to the control booth, get her up to speed on the console?
In 20 minutes? I've spent 2 months massaging that board. There are at least 100 macros.
That's okay, Letty. I'm a quick study. Have you heard about the beta for the Series 60? It's got one of the...
Jesus blinking Christ, Dylan.
I know, pal. A piece of work. And she's got to have a pretty extreme computer-aided thinking implant. You should have heard her out on the loading dock.
Sure they didn't put it in backwards? Who the hell is she?
Bug, we're going to find out. Hand me an Airflex.
Welcome to the Airflex Series 40 experience.
I should probably just bounce her out of here, but I've got this weird hunch. I feel like what Starscape needs just now is to get run over by a random variable.
It didn't happen with Barone, did it?
No, it didn't.
What are we gonna do?
Authorized user, Dylan McDonough.
Authorized.
Please follow the Airflex checklist. Snug the headband to your temple, now.
Yep. Bug, I've been mulling it over.
Fasten ankle and wrist straps, now.
Yep.
Insert the nose clip, now.
You wanted me to try a double.
Dylan, that's not what I said at all. I wanted you to let the users play the celebrities.
Plug all peripheral sensors into the CPU, now.
So when a double shows up at my back door, I take that as a sign.
Your Airflex Series 40 is now ready to accept virtual programming. Enjoy the Airflex experience. I don't believe her. I just don't believe her. She's running the console like she built it herself.
She's a quick study.
I don't care what kind of computer-aided thinking enhancement she's got. Nobody is that fast, Bug. Nobody human.
What's your pleasure? Anybody? Anywhere? Anytime?
Bug?
Like I'm supposed to care?
Let her choose.
Is that all right with you, Dylan?
Sure. Whatever takes 18 minutes.
Please choose a simulation from the following menu.
You have chosen the Orient Express.
So, we're on a moving train. I don't see any celebrities.
This is the best she can do?
Your champagne, monsieur. Veuve Clicquot.
Very good.
Ah, mademoiselle.
Please.
Thank goodness I found you. Your friend, Mr. Bug. Is it Mr. Bug? He was on the floor. I think he may be dead.
I'm not dead. I'm right here.
Why, so you are. Nevertheless, there is a body in the smoking room. Do you mind if I sit down? I'm feeling a little dizzy. In the next car, Mr. Bug. You must go and see for yourself.
It's Bug. Just plain Bug. What's so funny?
Yes, go on, Mr. Bug.
Don't call me that.
Oh, do hurry, Mr. Bug.
I'm leaving. Oh, and it's Bug. Plain Bug.
What?
Nothing.
Did I say something wrong?
No, it's just that you got to him. And in record time, too.
Is that good or bad? You know, it's at least an hour until we arrive in Bratislava. Do you think we should alert the conductor about what's happened?
Oh, my God. Look what just walked in.
There are two of him.
So it was you. I knew it was. I'm glad you're all right.
Bug? Bug, why are you wearing a tux?
I'm not. That's her idea of Bug. Now she's trying to copy me.
Well, you look like $1,000,000.
And I feel like 8 cents. Oh, someone clipped me from behind when I wasn't looking. Well, that wouldn't have been you, would it, ma'am?
Why, I assure you, Mr. Bug, that I did no such thing.
What are you trying to prove? You're both her.
Doubling Bug and Katharine Hepburn at the same time. She's good.
Oh, come on, Dylan. This guy's not a double of me. It doesn't even look or sound like me.
I see your point. He doesn't walk all bent over, and he talks like a gentleman.
All right. So you're doubling two people at the same time. I'm impressed. But you're supposed to be doubling the stars, not me. So close him.
Close? Close who? I'm not sure I know what you mean.
That's not fair, Bug. You keep breaking her verisimilitude.
Oh, really, that's quite all right. I'll handle this.
Hey, Let go of me.
Maybe what needs closing is your mouth, my friend.
Oh, great plotting. As soon as things get boring, have a fist fight break out.
Now, Bug. And you, the other Bug. Stop. Think of your head, you poor thing. Haven't you had enough excitement for one night?
Oh, I don't know. Have I?
Now, wait just a minute here. Letty, what are you doing?
Do be a help and get another chair for me, Mr. Bug.
Oh, don't bother yourself. Letty, how long has it been since someone asked you to dance?
Hey, stop that. You can't dance on a moving train.
It's been too long.
Oh, but the land flattens out here. The tracks are straight as an arrow.
There's a Victrola in the drawing room, Letty.
What are we waiting for?
Letty? No!
Don't bother waiting up for us.
Wow.
They make a nice couple, don't you think? You young people need to dance more, if you ask me. You all work too hard. There's more to life than sitting at your desk worrying yourselves to shreds about deadlines and spreadsheets and all that poop. The world was made for us to enjoy, as we are made to enjoy each other. A little romance wouldn't hurt you, Dylan. Or you either, Mr. Bug.
Romance is easy, Vanity. Now show us hard, something with grit.
Bug, this is a party site.
Please choose a simulation from the following menu.
You have chosen the Magic Bus.
Sounds like the magic bus is broken down.
Phew, it's blinking hot.
Hey, Bug, you asked for gritty.
I didn't ask to be stuck in the desert.
Don't worry, the whole of science is nothing more than a refinement of everyday thinking.
Who the hell is that opening the engine hood?
Albert Einstein, the physicist. I put him in the cast last Wednesday.
She's doubling Einstein? Not bad.
So what? Give me a break.
Watch your fingers, gentlemen. The second law of thermodynamics tells us that all machines will ultimately break down, and that it makes no difference whether the machine is the universe or a 1939 International school bus painted day-glow orange. God is subtle, but he is not malicious. Miss Janice?
Hey, man, stop. Leave me the hell alone.
Miss Janice Joplin, are you on the bus or not?
Yeah.
Now she's doubling Janice and Einstein. Wow, nice.
No way she's doubling them both. One of them's gotta be the computer.
Dang it. No spills, man. Careful with the Southern Comfort. Not a drop. What you looking at? Help me up here.
All right. Although I believe that I am too old to be helping intoxicated young women to stand.
Thanks. Man, what time is it? I must have lost a couple hours somewhere.
When you are courting a nice girl, an hour seems like a second. When you sit on a red-hot coal, a second seems like an hour. We call that relativity.
Far out. Have some Southern Comfort. Sure seems like a relative of mine.
No, thank you. I'm driving.
How about you two?
None for me.
Hey, I know you. There's someone just like you. Dylan, right? One of those uptight sons of bitches can never say what you're thinking or feeling. Feelings can't be wrong, man. Feelings are what we're made of. Feelings are what we're composed of, exist of, and live for. As far as I'm concerned, I think that kind of freedom is beautiful, man.
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe you should sing. Why don't you sing?
Ha! No way. What makes you think I can just go ahead and sing for any jack-off who asks? For me, it's like singing's like sex, man. Better than sex sometimes. Why don't you ask me if I want to screw? I might actually say yes to that. And who are you?
No one.
You look kind of down, man. Something bugging you?
Okay, so you're doing two people at once. You're good.
Damn straight I'm good. Hell, I'm good and a half. Hey, this bus got a high five?
I'm sorry to say, we've bartered the musical equipment for some gasoline. Energy can be neither created nor destroyed, but you can trade a record player for it.
Hell, I don't need no music to sing. Amazing
Enough,
grace.
okay? Sure, Dylan, she's exactly what we need, except we'd have to hire at least 100 people like her, and we can't even afford this one. And she's crazy. What's going on here?
I don't know, Bug. I'm just...
You don't know. That's the problem. At first, I thought I was mad at her for wasting our time, but it's you, Dylan. What the hell are you doing? Making it up as you go along?
What's wrong with that?
Perfection of means and confusion of goals seem, in my opinion, to characterize our age.
Hey, Doc, how'd you get your mouth around all those words? Come on, Bug. Dance with me. You might get lucky.
Get away from me.
Sure, Bug. I see how it is with you.
What do you mean?
Amazing
Jesus
grace.
blinking Christ. You want to waste your time with her, Dylan? Go ahead. But as far as I'm concerned, it's game over.
Bug, wait.
For what, Dylan? Tell me what I'm supposed to wait for.
I don't know. Yet.
Man, did that cat just dissolve?
Time's up, Vanity.
I believe this is your stop. Before one begins to theorize, it is helpful to examine all assumptions.
Yeah, and put that ball and chain down, man.
The first time Vanity ever presented herself to me in a sim as Vanity was in the land of Oz. Elizabeth Lee Corazon had been transfigured by our image processors. Her ugly duckling had got the swan upgrade. The voice I'd been hearing all along now had the matching face and figure. The virtual Vanity Mode had a fairy tale face and the body of a prima ballerina. She wore a white blouse and a gingham dress and the ruby slippers. She rose to greet me with the languid grace of Greta Garbo.
Please choose a simulation from the following menu.
You have chosen the Yellow Brick Road.
So, Scarecrow, think of the adventures we could have together.
Bug was right. You're good.
Why is he so angry?
Just having a mood. There's a programmer for you.
He's angry at both of us.
At me, because of you.
He's wrong, you know. I'm all you need. I can multitask at least 100 individual sessions simultaneously.
Enough special effects, Vanity. Let's just talk, okay?
I can run even more sessions if you let me modify the board.
And you'll work for nothing?
Let's just say that I'll agree to defer my compensation. You'll pay me, Dylan. Don't think you won't.
Why do you want this so much, Vanity?
Because I know what you're trying to do here. Feel it. Feel it in my belly. At night I dream it right in my head, mister. All the pretties. This is where I belong.
In Oz?
No, mister. No. Starscape.
You're drifting again. Tell me what I'm trying to do.
Sorry. It's like your advertising tags. Live the glamour. You're making a world where everything is beautiful. Become the legend. The myth is the message.
You think Janice is beautiful?
Of course. She's the most beautiful of all. She absolutely owns the beautiful loser script.
You ever hear of Roman Barone?
Sure, he's Roman's nose.
I had lunch with him today. Pitched the site. I don't think I got the link.
So?
He says that the site concept has nothing but downside, and he gives us a year tops.
Well, if that's what he says, tell him to shove his big fat nose up his ass.
He claims the only people who care about the oldie stars are the boomers. And even though they've got money, they die by the busload every day. And they hate the hardware. The Airflex gear, it makes them self-conscious. They never learn to fit reality and virtuality into their heads at the same time. Hell, some of them didn't even have televisions when they were kids, much less computers.
Barone is wrong.
If he's not, Starscape will go 404 by the end of the year.
Well, I'm no boomer, and I love the site, Dylan. What are the demographics on your Zaz?
The last fix was 6 months ago, just after I bought the site. 50 and older was almost 80% of all clicks. 25 to 50 was less than 16. But the site was only about a third of what it is now, and we haven't had a fix since. Money's tight.
Your 30-somethings have gone way up since then. Believe it.
That one of your feelings? Like the way you feel the Zaz?
You can stop sticking pins into me, Dylan. I'm not going to pop. I can take a hell of a lot worse than anything you can dish, Dylan.
Who are you, Vanity?
Not you, mister. Not yet. Show's over.
Yeah, show's over. Anybody here? Where is everyone? Bug? Letty? Bogey, where are they?
Letty's in the workshop. Bug took a powder.
He left the building?
He stopped by his office and then headed for parts unknown.
Get me his office avatar.
I'm not here, so go away and leave me alone.
Where are you?
Can't say. I left without telling me.
When will you be back?
Not a clue.
Well, when you get back, ask yourself to step into my office. Vanity, you still here?
In the control room. Boss, I don't trust that thing.
So, have we got a deal?
What are you doing?
See for yourself.
You're still on the Orient Express with Letty.
We danced. Now we're talking. I think she prefers the bug I was doubling to the real thing. I told you I can run 100 sessions at once.
And function in real time?
A session is a session. Virtual or real makes no difference.
Are we in a session? Is that what this is?
Sure. Only reality is the session that's always on top.
And who are you doubling now?
Why, Vanity Mode, of course. But maybe you're right, Dylan. Maybe I need to turn down the volume a touch. Now then, we were talking about my new job.
If you're free, you're hired. Step into my office. I was pretty close to broke after my divorce, so I had to simplify my life. I tried to convince myself that my problem was that I'd been distracted by the glittery side effects of early success. Losing track of what mattered had cost me Stinger, and my wife Julie, and the house in Woodstock, and a huge slice of self-respect. Of course, the banks had been eager to help me adjust my lifestyle to the new circumstances, which was why my office was spare and more than a little shabby. Bogey was a state-of-the-art deskbot, but I had to mount him on an old gray steel-cased desk that had been left behind when the Meadowbrook office park had gone south. There were a couple of mismatched plaid chairs that would have gone begging at a country yard sale. A little refrigerator hummed in the corner. On top of it was the microwave oven with which I cooked most of my meals. I was relieved that I'd left the door to the executive washroom closed. I didn't want Vanity to see my suits hanging in the shower. About the only reminder I kept that I'd ever been anyone was the Webster Award I'd won for Stinger. It was what Vanity saw first. Possibly the only thing she saw in my office.
It's a Webster. The one you got for Stinger. Can I?
Are you gonna hold it or fall down and worship it? Help yourself. It's just a glorified bowling trophy. Any messages, Bogey?
I've got a couple here.
Oh, it's heavy.
I've found the longer you have one, the more it weighs.
I've always wanted one.
Make me an offer. Let's hear the messages, Bogey.
No, one of my own. Tell me about the night you won it. What did it feel like?
You know a guy by the name of creditworks.com?
Delete. Actually, Vanity, I don't remember winning. The day of the ceremony, we had a champagne reception at 2, then mood food at Blackburn's, followed by an early dinner at Max's, where we drank $2,000 worth of Haute Brion. When I woke up the next morning, the damn thing was on the nightstand.
Message 2. There's Roman at knows.com. Ever heard of him, boss?
Wow. Play it, Bogey.
Dylan, this is Roman. First of all, you want something, you message me yourself from now on, understand? I find incoming in my mailbox about half an hour ago from Vanity someone. The address is in your shop. Second of all, I don't like to reward site masters for going D by D on me, understand? You want to waste your money snooping my personal life, fine. But just because you know where I lived in 1996 does not mean you know what I'm going to put on Roman's nose tomorrow. I realize this kind of crap goes on, but if you want to play that game, you need to be a hell of a lot...
What did you do, Vanity?
I don't know yet. I haven't heard what the man has to say. You'd already blown the link, Dylan.
Back it up and play it again, Bogey.
I realize this kind of crap goes on, but if you want to play that game, you need to be a hell of a lot more subtle next time. But here's the real reason I'm messaging you. I don't remember the episode where Homer Simpson became a veterinarian. Did you make that up? If you did, your sim is brilliant. If not, I want the reference. Let me know either way. Bye.
That's about it, boss.
Wow, I don't believe it.
Roman Barone was born in 1987. The Simpsons were just about the only show that kids and their parents watched together in the 90s. When I went deep on him, I found out that he put a fan site up on GeoCities in 1999 called Duff Beer Showcase. It 404'd in 01. You had a Simpsons sim up already. I just doubled all the characters and sent him a taste.
How much did the ID cost?
Not much. I made some lucky guesses.
About time someone had some luck around here. Reply to the last message. What the hell do I say?
That's okay. I can wait, boss.
I've got Barone's attention, but now what? Vanity, we really need this link.
Go with the truth. Tell him the sim is original to us and he should have found it himself. Call his bluff. He's probably never even clicked Starscape before.
You want to see me, Dylan? Because if you don't, I need to see you.
In a minute, Bug. Vanity, you think that's all I should say? I mean, it seems kind of curt.
Hey, Bug, sorry about...
Don't pay any attention to him. Like I said, he's having a mood. What else for Barone?
Well, you might ask if he's visited our Super Bowl sim yet. His father taught phys ed and was football coach at South High in Denver. I can do a John Elway that could fool even his kids.
Look, Vanity, I'm feeling a little gun-shy about this. You're absolutely right. I blew the contact and you saved it. So do me a favor. You message him back. Use my name. Whatever you think will work is fine with me. Meanwhile, I'll pour some honey on our friend Bug.
You'd better. He hates me.
Now, you're just an acquired taste. I'll give him some incentive to make the acquisition. Hey, Bug, turn down the vid wall. I want to talk to you and Letty.
It's all right, Bug. Just turn it down.
Listen, guys. Vanity said she'd work for free, so I told her she could stay. You're not going to give her a hard time, are you, Bug? Letty, talk to him, please.
She can do whatever she wants.
Because, Bug, the first thing she does is get Barone to take another look at the site. Now, I'd say that's a pretty good day's work, eh?
Yeah?
Roman's knows, people. Our stock options might actually be worth something. Guys?
Dylan, Bug has something to tell you.
What? Letty, what?
Go ahead, tell him, Bug.
You ever hear of Baby X?
Let's see, it was something about a lawsuit? And the mom was on TV. Wait. Vanity is Baby X?
While you were in The Sims with her, I stepped out and paid for a deep ID. My own money, Dylan. Her mother was Beth Ann Lewis, the star of the sitcom I've got up on the screen over there. Remember Big Mouth? She played the dentist. So Beth Ann is in her first hit show at age 46, and she gets pregnant, only she's not married. Her father isn't in the picture, but Beth Ann still really wants the baby. She's very careful, has the amniocentesis, and when the tests come back, everything looks just fine. So she elects to carry the pregnancy to term. It's kind of a minor news story. They even write the pregnancy into the show. Only when she gives birth...
It's me. Ta-da.
Vanity, I didn't hear you come in.
You want to tell Dylan the rest, Vanity?
No, you go ahead. Maybe your script has the happy ending.
My script doesn't have many more pages. Apparently, the delivery is a disaster, and Beth Ann ends up having a hysterectomy. And, of course, there was the major screw-up at the lab. The jury finds gross negligence.
Right, that's right. We studied this in bioethics. Baby X was the test case of the Uniform Conception and Gestation Act, the first successful wrongful birth suit.
The jury awards Beth Ann $63 million, which the judge reduces to $20 million. But as soon as the judgment is final, Beth Ann gives baby X up. She was adopted by Raul and Marissa Corazon, which is where I picked up into the thread, but that's as deep as I got.
There's more.
You're the best friend I've got, except for Starkey here.
In some ways, my birth mother was very kind. She put the entire settlement in trust for me. The trustees weren't to contact me or my adopted family until my 21st birthday to ensure that I had a normal childhood. And because I was no longer the child of a celebrity, I didn't have to watch myself growing up ugly on the net. I spent most of my first 21 years in front of the TV, watching cable. Mommy Marissa was addicted to the old movies.
And your birth mother did nothing? She never tried to find you?
It was an anonymous adoption. I don't think she wanted to know. Everything began to change when I turned 21 and I got the trust money. But I didn't understand any of it until after I had the computer-aided thinking implant 17 months ago. One of the first things I did after I got out of the hospital was to locate my birth mother, to go see her. I just wanted to thank her, you know, my birth mother.
Open, please.
What are you, a dentist or a lion tamer? If I open any wider, you'll be able to stick your head in my mouth.
It was bad for both of us. Her career pretty much ended because of me. People just didn't understand why she gave me up. She knew exactly what she could do and what she couldn't do. I was something she just couldn't do. Anyway, that's why I have to be Vanity Mode. Ta-da! Star of Starscape! Woman of mystery!
Calm down, Vanity.
So, you have to help me. So snoops like Bug here don't go deep on poor Elizabeth Lee Corazon and hurt some people who just want to be left alone.
Vanity.
I don't need to get paid, Dylan. In fact, I would have been willing to pay you. So don't strain any muscles patting yourself on the back, mister.
Tell Dylan the rest. Unless you want me to. Bug knows already.
Oh, that. I don't mind, Letty. It's part of the terms of employment, even though you're not paying me. Excuse me, Bug. I'm going to have to close out all the windows on your vid wall.
Whatever. User is Vanity Mode. I'll authorize.
I'll put on a little show and tell for you. Here are some down family pictures. You see, there aren't as many of us as there used to be. Most of us get prevented, so people forget how we work. Okay, what you're looking at are several brain scans. The first is normal, like you nice folks. The second is an Alzheimer's patient. And the third is a typical Down syndrome patient. See how pretty picture number 1 is? You lose a few cells, what the hell, you've got plenty to spare. But now, notice the similarities between the Alzheimer and Down syndrome scans. By age 35, here in the 4th scan,
The Down syndrome patients all start to develop brain lesions and neuritic plaques that look a lot like these folks up here in Alzheimer's land. In fact, lots of us do get full-blown Alzheimer's, in which case we go down about twice as fast as the rest of the population. Getting to 50 is a pretty long life. Any questions so far?
My God, Vanity.
I'm sorry, but your response must be in the form of a question. Come on, cheer up. You'd think this was your life. Now, this last scan belongs to one Elizabeth Lee Corazon, who we all know is a sweet girl, although she is a little, shall we say, slow. It was taken when she was 30, and as you can see, things are getting kind of hollowed out. All the experts agree that she's got early onset Alzheimer's. Insofar as she can understand this, she's pretty depressed. Her doctors explain that she's not a particularly good candidate for a computer-aided thinking implant since she has the life expectancy of a gerbil. But never underestimate the power of strategic investment. The trustees of my trust make a most generous donation. The Leahy Clinic announces plans for a new wing dedicated to research in computer-aided thinking, and we come to the last brain scan. You see this darker blob? That's the very latest computer-aided thinking device, a half-pound of artificial neurotissue developed from my embryonic stem cells. That, my friends, is where Vanity Mode and a little bit of Elizabeth Corazon lives. For the time being. Don't everyone speak at once, guys.
Right. So why are you here, Vanity? What do you want from us?
And the Webster for Best Double of 2037 goes to Vanity Mode. Accepting for Vanity Mode is Dylan McDonough, Artistic Director of the Starscape website.
Mr. McDonough, where is she?
Not here. Wow. On behalf of Vanity Mode and Starscape, I'd like to thank the Academy for this.
Dylan, it's me, Bug. What's the matter? Keep talking.
For this award.
You have a statement to read. Come on, Dylan.
I have a brief statement to read.
Good. You can do it.
When I finish, I would ask that you click to Starscape, where I'll be hosting a biography simulation to coincide with this great honor, which you have bestowed on us.
What's it about? Tell them what it's about.
We have tried to tell Vanity Mode's story on it. I regret to inform you that it will mark her final appearance on our site. Vanity Mode is a true star, as eternal as any of those she brought back to life on Starscape. Thank you. The night after the award ceremony, we brought Vanity her Webster. Even though it was only on the other side of the reflecting pool, Bug and I rode out to the mausoleum site in a limo. According to Newsmelt, more than 10,000 people had unplugged from the VNet to gather at Starscape's corporate campus.
Please, stand behind the elevator.
Live from the...
We're now coming to you live from... McDonough is expected momentarily.
We are live.
In just a moment.
I arranged for police from 6 neighboring towns to assist in crowd control. The nets were there in force. With the lights of all the live cams, it was bright enough to grow corn.
I can see the limo now.
At any moment.
Dylan McDonough. An amazing turnout.
Publicity extravaganza.
Vanity had never had any doubts about what she wanted to leave behind. The lurid biosim we had concocted on Starscape was obviously a joke. Even the most gullible of the gullible would find it hard to believe that she was the illegitimate child of Julia Roberts and Prince Andrew, or that she had developed Cherry Budweiser for Anheuser-Busch, or that she had stowed away on the third Mars expedition. The only true-to-life scene in it was our first meeting. And even in that, we took out everything about Elizabeth and her sitcom mom, computer-aided thinking, and Down syndrome. Her biosim protected the secrets of the late Elizabeth Lee Corazon. But Vanity Mode needed to make a lasting gesture to her public. She wanted a place where fans could come to remember her eternal flame, her Graceland.
15 million?
Sources close to Starscape say, in my opinion, it is possibly the most hideous.
38 million, according to my source.
Vanity had specified the design of her mausoleum and had spared no expense in its construction. It was a 15-meter marble square. Rising from its center was a Doric column, atop which stood the life-sized figure of a woman. Her arms outstretched, she was caught in mid-pirouette. Her skirts flew out from her body. Her hair, a wild tangle, obscured her face. Her greatest hits were all there, carved in bas relief on the marble base. Virginia Woolf, Bela Lugosi, Larry Bird, Ginger Rogers, Harpo Marx, Spider-Man, Jane Goodall, Louis B. Mayer, Sandy Koufax, Grace Slick, Rod Serling, Janis Joplin, George Gershwin, Sherlock Holmes, and Billie Jean King stared up in silent approval of Vanity Mode's eternal frozen dance.
I can see him now.
Lenny Kamal and Walter McKee, whom we know as Bug. The Webster encased in a crystal time capsule.
Climbing the steps.
She had even left a place for the Webster. I carried it up the temporary steps to the top of the pedestal. I pulled the plastic sheathing from the trophy pad, set the Webster into the grip right, which had air cured almost before I could straighten up. The composition of the sculpture was completed, but the script was not quite done.
Mr. McDonough! Hey, McDonough! Mr. McDonough! Mr. McDonough! Over here!
There was something I never really understood about Vanity Mode until after Elizabeth Lee Corazon died. Elizabeth had always wanted to be Vanity, but Vanity was afraid of being Elizabeth. Elizabeth was a creature of flesh and bone, slow and weak and all too mortal. Vanity was information racing at the speed of light. Since she had no fixed material form, her death did not necessarily follow from that of Elizabeth. Vanity was more than artificial intelligence. She gained her humanity because she was intertwined with a piece of Elizabeth. Both of them could live, could exist in one computer as well as another. It may be that the best part of that strange twinned woman died with the physical Elizabeth, and information can't long to love and be loved. It can neither aspire nor dream. At least, I don't think it can.
Welcome to Starscape, the interactive celebrity site. Come, visit with your favorite stars of the 20th century.
Gone but never forgotten.
Live the glamour.
Become the legend.
It's me, Dylan.
Please choose a simulation from the following menu.
That simulation is password accessible only. Please enter or say your password now.
Zaz.
You have selected Heaven.
Dylan, I'm over here. We did it. Ta-da!
Uh-huh. We did.
What's wrong?
Nothing. It's just... I got what I wanted, Vanity. I got it all. But you're...
I'm not. I'm still here. This is it. This is why I came to Starscape. Don't you see? It's beautiful. And tonight was the best. I saw it all, Dylan. Monitored the unveiling on all the news sites. We were everywhere. For maybe 10 minutes, we were the net. Aren't you happy for us?
Yes. Yes, I am. I'm just tired, Vanity. Did you feel it?
Feel what?
It's strange. Maybe I'm kidding myself, but after I set the Webster on the tomb, I turned around and the lights of the live cams blinded me. And I felt them. Millions, maybe billions watching me. Lots of them crying, some holding one another, some disgusted with me and some angry. But I could actually